Verse 18, the final, or not the final, but the third kind of soil. And these are they who were sown among thorns. As they heard the word, and the cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches, and the lust of other things, entering in, choked the word, for it becometh unfruitful. Seeds sown among thorns. Another way of saying it is a mixture of seed. A mixture of seed. And again, growing up on the farm, what is a mixture of seed? Would a smart farmer put thorns and other things? Would he sow them in his field? No, a smart farmer wouldn't do that. I'll just give you an example. We had a 40-acre piece of land that was right up against, great soil, great land that was right up against the border of our ranch and the neighbor's ranch. And we would go out there and we'd prepare that soil, but we always had a very little harvest out of that field, even though it was great soil and we put good seed in that soil. What would happen is our neighbor did not take care of his ranch. He had mostly cattle, and he had a lot of thistle and thorns and all kinds of weed, tansy ragweed, and other kinds of things. You have no idea what I'm talking about probably, but it's stuff that farmers hate and ranchers hate. And our neighbor would not take care of his field. And it would grow up, and as soon as the wind began to blow, you could just see thistle seed. It's housed inside this little floaty substance, and you could see it, and you could just look and you go, no, you could see it floating across. And you just want to get out there and go, no, stop. You want to, do you want to go yell? But we don't do that in this church. And sure enough, there was a mixture of seed that would come up, our seed and the seed that had blown into our field. It's a mixture of seed. It's a mixture of beliefs. It's a mixture of desires. It's a mixture of values. It's a mixture of truth and not truth, non-truth. You know what? I cringe. I'm just going to be very honest and vulnerable here. I cringe every time you tell me, oh, I love Christian television. Now, I don't want to be a hypocrite, but I'm on TV every day. So on one hand, I cringe when you watch Christian television. On the other hand, I am Christian television. Why do I cringe? Because a mixture of truth, a mixture of values. See, some of us, we don't know the difference between good seed and bad seed when we see it. We don't know the difference. And I sit there and I don't watch a lot of television, Christian television, but sometimes I sit there and I think, it should be illegal to pollute the air with this kind of Christian television. It's not in the Bible. For some reason, Fox TV doesn't have a filter that says Christian, non-Christian. It's a mixture. And so a lot of times if we don't know what's going on, we allow a mixture. And just because it has Christian on it, we say, well, it must be okay. It must be okay. It says spiritual. It must be okay. And we allow this mixture to happen. And what happens when we allow a mixture? The Bible tells us that we become unfruitful. We become unfruitful. Galatians tells us that we were redeemed and no longer under the control of the elements of this world.